God is preparing somebody for you. God is preparing this life that you and her will have together. And that is an amazing thing. The best thing you can do for her in this moment right now is to build yourself. Is to build your relationship with God. Is to prepare for that life with her. Is to fully just immerse yourself in the Word of God, in the love of God. So stop thinking about her and start thinking about, how can I love God so much that He can trust me with His precious daughter. God, I want to invite you into this this video, this message. Yeah, it's actually kind of hard. I was exposed to porn when I was around 8 years old, and then I later became addicted in high school when I was 14. And then I later went completely cold turkey because of an insane, most infatuated crush ever. I went cold turkey, and for 3 years, I didn't watch any porn. I didn't do any of that stuff for 3 years. Yeah, I was just so infatuated with this girl, because I was just so desperate for comfort, for especially the idea of marriage, the beautiful blessing of marriage, that to have somebody that you can rely on, somebody you can trust, you can be vulnerable with, somebody that trusts you and let them be open into their life. And yeah, it was just like this obsession that it was slowly killing me. But it was so crazy because this person I basically did not talk to at all. I had no personal relationship with them, but I was obsessed with this idea and this almost fantasy of them, the idea of them. And I was obsessed with this vision, this image I had of them in my head, but it wasn't really them. It was just this image I had. It's so fake, actually. I was married to the person that I thought and I hoped that she was. Just an overall deep craving for love and for comfort. And then after 3 years of having this infatuation and crush, I relapsed. And I think I mentioned before, around a year ago, I was really, really depressed and extremely apathetic towards everything. And it's even this part of my life, I realized just so many parts of my life, there was no solid foundation built. And exactly with this journey, with these infatuations, it was no solid foundation that was built, and it was built on myself. It was centered on myself. Yeah, it was centered on myself, and it was not centered on God. And just thinking about having a life with this person, it just gives you these images of these beautiful images of you and this person creating a life together. Just imagining a person who would completely accept you for who you are, accept you for all of your imperfections, that you can rely on no matter what, that you can be vulnerable with, that you can share your fears with. And my gosh, that's the most beautiful, the strongest desire I had at that time. And that shows a little bit about me, and maybe the hardships that I was going through. But although those desires I had I think they were pure and they were beautiful. I think for anybody to have those thoughts and feelings, to want to have somebody you can rely on, it's the marriage is such a beautiful thing. But if it is only centered on yourself and not on God, that's where heartbreak comes in. That's where divorce happens, and that's where things start to go wrong. So if you're thinking about that person, don't try and see her in the way that you would see her, because it's so easy for us to just, for the selfish desire to come in. But see her how God would see her. See her as a precious daughter of God. Because regardless if that person is the one for you or not, this obsession over her is not going to help at all, because it's centered on yourself. God is preparing somebody for you. God is preparing this life that you and her will have together. And that is an amazing thing. The best thing you can do for her in this moment right now is to build yourself. Is to build your relationship with God. Is to prepare for that life with her. Is to fully just immerse yourself in the Word of God, in the love of God. So stop thinking about her and start thinking about, how can I love God so much that He can trust me with His precious daughter. We're not animals, but we are children of God. And God is doing the same thing with that person. She's She's trying to build us up so that we can better ourselves for our future spouse, so we can better ourselves for our spouse. And God is doing the same thing for her. So I encourage you to do the same thing and build yourself up and build your relationship with God, because God is preparing such a beautiful life for you. And it is one of the greatest blessings that marriage is. So thank you so much for listening. Thank you for watching. Hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. My name is Nicky, and I just really hope you enjoyed this video. Bye.